Good morning and welcome to another session with the Market Trader. My name is Ray, the Market Trader. And before we get started, let's go ahead and review our risk disclosure. Okay, so just want to remind everyone that the content that's being published and distributed by the Market Trader and its affiliates is to be treated as general information only. None of the information provided by the company or contained herein is intended as investment advice and offered to buy, sell, recommend, endorse, sponsor any future security, company, or fund. We all understand that the use of this information contained in the company contained herein is to be used at your own risk, and the company, its partners, representatives, agents, employees, contractors assume no responsibility or liability for any use or misuse of such information. We all understand that future trading contains a fair amount of risk and is not for every investor. An investor could potentially lose all or more of their investment capital. Only risk capital money that can be lost without jeopardizing one's financial security or lifestyle should be used when trading, and only those individuals with sufficient risk capital should consider trading. Again, nothing contained herein is a solicitation or an offer to buy, sell futures, options, or forex, and past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right. So now that we've gotten the risk disclosure out of the way, we can go ahead and move into the review of the news. So we're just kind of winding down the earnings season here. We have some earnings, I guess, coming in here for McDonald's. Okay, prior to the open of the market, at 11 a.m. we have some reports coming off on inflation expectations. And then at 1 p.m., Trump signed some executive orders, which could have an impact on the markets today. But overall, it appears that we're rather light on news. So today, the hope is that today will behave in a much more normal way without the impact of any news in the horizon. Okay, so let's go now that we've gotten through the news. Let's go ahead and begin to take a look at the. Let's see here. So, here's something. Let's go ahead and begin to look at the our platforms here and and start to review the markets. Bear with me here while I do that. Okay, so let's see here. Here and here. All right. All right. So here are my charts. I'm gonna go ahead and move into my gold chart because that's the market we usually start off with, and it's the market that's the closest to well, it's officially opened. Okay, so let's go ahead and start off here with the daily chart. Okay, we'll do a little daily comparison here. So we got some sort of reaction here already. Okay, relatively strong move to the upside. Follow right. That is aligned with the volume delta. Okay, so we are developing a rather strong bullish candle to the upside. Okay, in an otherwise a market that continues to show strength to the upside. Okay, so let's go ahead and move into the 4-hour chart. Okay, 4-hour chart. We're going to go ahead and remove some of our indicators. So drawings, I think, have already been removed. Let's remove some of our indicators. Let's move with this one in particular. Okay. And let's turn off ADR and ASR here off for a moment. Okay. All right. So just kind of reviewing this market here. Again, similar to what we were saying in the daily, market is still very much in a bullish mode here in the gold. We just reviewed a daily candle, one daily candle that was rather bullish. Okay, making new highs. To a similar degree, we are seeing the same kind of view here on the 4-hour chart. We have a series of higher highs and higher lows. Okay, higher highs, higher lows. Okay, as we continue our trek to the upside. Okay, um, moving into our 30-minute chart. This is where we'll start to open up our ADR and ASR and take into account. Let's move this here. If I can remove it. Okay. We'll go ahead and remove our. We'll start off with our ADR. I feel like we've reached maybe some sort of high here. Yeah, ADR certainly, and then ASR. We're going to go ahead and make sure that this reads London. Okay, that's the most recent session. Okay, so yeah, you can see here that we've reached an ASR high as well. Okay, for London. Okay, so right now the question is, are we going to continue to the upside? Okay, we're at 29.36. Okay, and well extended. Okay, well extended above VWAP. Okay, and to some degree, I would say maybe we are a little bit overextended above. Okay, so let's go ahead and open up our fixed range volume profile here. Locate the start of Friday here, back over here. All right, so there's a start of Friday. Drag that across. Okay, to the close of Friday, and you can see that price is well above value, right? So indicating that the bulls are very much in control of this market. Okay, so this is our value area high here. This down below is our point of control for that session. Okay, and then this is our value area low down below. Okay, so this one here, I'm going to go ahead and change color to be more representative of what I like to follow. Red. Okay, this is our point of control. The price that's generated the most volume. Okay, most volume has been generated at 2885.7. Okay, so far. So let's see. We're going to go ahead and open up our initial balance range. Okay. We're going to go ahead and adjust this to open for not the Asia session, but the day session here. Okay. So you can see our initial balance range. Okay. So we've received a reaction off of ASR high here at 29.36, but it has not been able to sustain to the downside as of yet. Okay, as it was not able to sustain and close below this consolidation range. Okay, so what to make of this? Well, the fact is that we have a fair amount of longs in this market. Okay, if I locate the London, okay, here in this chart, let's see, we got anchored VWAP. We'll locate London here somewhere. There's the start of London. Okay, even London, where our view is above London. Okay, right. Our price is above London anchored VWAP. Okay, So assuming that we can stay and remain above this, then as overextended we might consider ourselves to be, that would be further evidence for some upside. But honestly, my current view is that given this overextension that we have, my view is that we are going to make a move down to VWAP at some point, okay, during the session, okay. Um, price cannot stay, above VWAP for a very extended period of time without wanting to come back. Okay, so so this 2920 level here would be a logical level. Okay, for me to wait to participate in this market. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and draw a little dashed line here. Okay, right at this location here. All right, this would be a logical area for me to want to participate in this market, right around 29.20, maybe a little hair below 29.18. Okay. And then I think, there's obviously opportunity here from that location, from its current price location down to VWAP as a target. Okay. Given that we are a bit extended, but I need to see some evidence of that. And the first piece of evidence that I need to see is that price can manage to close below this anchor VWAP at least on a 15-minute time frame before I'm willing to accept a trade that is very much counter trend. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and add our levels to this chart and just gotta see. All right. So we're going to go ahead and add our price levels here. Okay. So these are levels that we are tracking in this market. Okay. So we have 28, pretty much almost 2,900 here as our value area high for our supply. Okay. So we have our ADR and ASR zones down at 2905 and 2907. These are all kind of logical locations. Okay. Logical locations for price to reverse away from, in much the same way as we're seeing price currently reverse away from average session range high here. Okay. So right now, like I said, for me, I feel like price is going to come needs to come down to value here in this case around 2920 before I would be somewhat interested in participating to the long side. Okay. So that's kind of what I'm looking at and what I'm waiting on at the moment. Okay. Price did manage to close below here. Okay. Now the question is this level here, okay, going to serve as anchor VWAP going to serve as a location maybe for a bearish trade all the way down to VWAP. Okay. That's that's a reference level we can use. We can use maybe even initial balance high as well for that. Okay, with the understanding that price could eventually lead down to this VWAP location. Okay, so that's kind of my first hypo here. Okay, so that's hypo number one. I think there is a mean reversion trade that could lead down to VWAP. All right, and before we see any sort of significant move in the opposite direction. Okay, so that's hypo number one. Hypo number two would be more on the bullish side, is that we make a move down to VWAP and reverse off of VWAP and continue higher here. Okay, so those are the two hypos that I'm looking at in this market. I'm going to go ahead and we'll go ahead and move on to the crude oil markets. Okay, crude oil. Okay, and start to take a look and understand what we're trying to accomplish here. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna get to remove some of my drawings here. Okay, double check everything is in order. Looks like it is. Okay. Good morning, Coach. Good morning, Marcelo. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and start with the daily chart. Okay, and take a look and see what the day holds for us in the NAS. I mean not NAS in the crude oil. Okay. Okay. So we seem to be reacting away from this area of demand. I'm going to highlight the area that I'm speaking of here. This area right here. Okay. This area seems to be an area of demand. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and draw that in green. Okay, so obviously we are still developing this candle nonetheless, but it is creating a little bit of a 3-bar reversal, assuming that this candle it does indeed stay as bullish as it is currently. Moving on to the 4-hour chart. Okay, 4-hour chart, we are again creating a series of higher highs. Okay, we've got at least a higher high and a higher low. We've starting to break some structure here to the upside. So I'm starting to see some evidence that maybe the market is beginning to change character here. Okay, we've been in very much a bearish structure here, but now we're starting to see signs. Okay, we're starting to see signs with this with price being able to get above this level here at 671.60. Price being able to get above 71.25, that maybe there's a possibility that we can get up to um, at least 73. Okay, that's kind of what I'm seeing on the 4-hour chart. Moving on to the 30-minute chart. Okay, 30-minute chart, we're up at the highs of the ranges. Okay, we have initial balance being established as we speak. Okay. Let's see here. I want to do. Okay, we have initial balance as we speak. So let's go ahead and add our levels to this chart before I start to evaluate some other things here. So these are our price levels that we're going to be tracking in this market. Okay, these are price levels. We have our initial balance range that is being formed here. Okay. So let's see. The next thing that I want to do here is open up a fixed range volume profile here. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Okay. So here we go. Taking a look at this, we're going to go ahead and open up the fixed range volume profile to start and take a look and see where price is in relation to value from Friday here. Okay, so here we are. We're going to drag this across to the close. Okay, and you can see that price is above our is above value here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and extend this line across. This is our value area range. Okay, this is our value. I'm going to go ahead and draw that in blue. Okay, value means blue to me. Okay, so there's our value range, our value area high. We are near some average daily ranges. We are reacting off of average daily range high, as you can see here. We're getting some reaction off of average daily range high. So the question is, are we going to get much similar to we were saying for gold? We were rather extended, in one direction above, right? And are we going to get a little bit of a pullback down to possibly this VWAP here, and maybe provide us maybe a logical location to participate in a trade. Okay. All right. So again, so let's see what else. Initial balance has already been established. So like I said, I would say maybe hypo number one, since we still have some room to the upside if we do manage to get above average daily range high here, that this could offer us maybe a logical opportunity back up to ASR. Okay. If price is unable to get above say 72, okay, then I would say that this is not unreasonable for price to maybe make a rotation here down to this VWAP level, slightly below, maybe all the way down to 71.40 here, as maybe even as low as value area high. Okay. So let's see. So coming into the market, I see that the crude oil market has been kind of maybe changing a little bit of character here of late here, and so it could be providing us maybe an opportunity to participate in this market to the upside. Okay, so we have to remain patient and see what direction does price extend this initial balance range. Okay. And then once this initial balance range is extended in any one direction, then maybe that offers us an opportunity to participate in a directional trade at the moment. Okay. Now, as I mentioned in our review of the daily and the 4 hour, it seems that the market is starting to change character here a little bit from bearish to potentially bullish, but we need to see obviously additional higher highs and higher lows here in this market. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm seeing in the crude oil market. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the equities here. Let's see, gonna move this over. How do I put volume profile? So I basically pick the range. Okay, I pick the session. Okay, so I pick Friday session. I select the start of Friday session, close of Friday session, New York session. Okay, that's how I arrive at my volume profile. Okay, so I like to compare price with the most recent session. Not most recent, but the most recent session that I trade. So I go New York to New York comparison. Okay, and I compare where price is in relation to New York. Okay, all right. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Nasdaq. Okay. All right, so looking at the NASDAQ, all right, we're going to go ahead and start off with the daily chart. Okay. Looking at the daily chart, you can see that we are developing a rather strong, um, bullish candle here. Okay, I'm going to turn off some of my levels here that I don't need at the moment. Okay, we're developing a rather significant bullish candle, but it's an inside candle, right? So we really haven't made any new highs. We really haven't made any new lows. Okay, we're just smack in the middle, but nonetheless, it's bullish. Okay, so a level of importance, I think, on the daily chart that I need to see is I need to see price be able to hold above uh let's say 21,890. Okay, ideally I'd like it to get above 22,000. If I'm truly in an impulsive move to the upside, I need to see price get above 22,050. Okay, if I'm truly in an impulsive move. If I am not in an impulsive move, then we're probably going to be bouncing around between 21,000 and 22,000, much as in much the same that it's been doing up until now. Okay, what I like about this current move is that it's being supported by volume. Okay, we have more buy orders than sell orders at the moment, supporting this current move. Moving on to the 4 hour chart. Okay, 4 hour chart, we have our series of candles. that indicate that maybe there is some more upside. But honestly, we have to be careful, okay, because we really haven't broken out of the grips of the sellers here. Price remains inside this range, okay, and honestly, we need to get above this 21,905 level, okay, to really be able to embrace the longs. Now, what we have in our favor, okay, is the fact that price has responded away from our EMA. It is above our VWAP, okay. So we have a couple of indications in our favor that maybe there is some more upside, but we have to be wary, okay. We have to be wary that this area here could be resistant, okay. You could see that there was a very strong candle to the downside here, okay. So whoever stepped into this market at that moment in time, the feeling is that they may step back in, okay, right? So this area right here could be resistant, okay. Now, if we do manage to get above, if we do manage to get above this level, okay, if we do manage to get above this level, then we can use that same level as an area for support for a continued move to the upside, okay. So this level is relatively important. All right, moving on to the 30-minute chart. Okay, 30-minute chart. Here we are. We are kind of grinding to the upside. Okay, we do see our series of higher highs and higher lows. I'm going to go ahead and open up my fixed range volume profile. I'm going to go ahead and locate my start of Friday's trade here. Friday, there it is. Okay, going to drag that across to this. Okay, so right now we just over the last hour managed to get above value. Okay, so that is significant. All right, that indicates that the bulls have the participants to potentially, carry this forward. Okay, so right now I don't see any reason. Okay, that price cannot get back up to 21,850. If I'm bullish, okay, I certainly do not want to see. I do not want to see price get back inside value. Okay, that I don't want to see. Okay, if anything, I wanted to come back and retouch, maybe revisit this. Okay, but certainly not. Okay, revisit this area and then move away from it, right? That would be an ideal situation, okay? And then that would give me a little bit more confidence that we are indeed coming back to this 21,850 level, okay? All right. Initial balance is still a ways away. So I'm going to go ahead and add the price reference levels to this chart that I'll be tracking for this market. Okay, so there's our here we are. So we have this 22,000 level as our 4-hour supply level. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and open up our average daily range and session ranges here. Okay, there we are. So there's our average daily range, which appears that we've already exceeded. Okay, our average session range still has some room to the upside here. Okay, at 21,840.75. Okay. So I would say that right now, as Zunid kind of alluded to earlier, I think there's probably a little bit more upside opportunities in this market, especially assuming that we remain above value area high. Okay, I think that I can certainly make a case for maybe some further upside in this market. Okay, once we get up to the highs, then I think we need to be careful here because, again, as I mentioned before, we could see the same sellers that sold off here kind of step back into the market here. Okay, so if I'm bullish on this market, I do not want to see price get below value area high. Okay, value area high was going to be my reference level for opportunities to the long side. Okay, I also have VWAP down below. That's inside value, but that's I would say carries a little bit of lesser strength for me. I think I would say value area high now that it's been broken. would be that level for level for me if I'm thinking bullish. Okay. If not, if this does not hold, the next logical location is indeed VWAP, and we have some confluence here between average daily range high, EMA, and VWAP. Okay, there's a confluence of indications here. So this area here around 21,675 would be the next logical location, maybe to look for maybe an opportunity to the long side. Now we are obviously a bit extended to the upside. Okay, so this is also maybe an indication that maybe we do eventually get a pullback down to the VWAP area before we see any sort of significant extension to the upside as well. Okay, so a lot of things in play right now. I would say that we remain bullish. I guess aggressively bullish if we do manage to stay above this um, value area high here. Okay, from Friday. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and move into the last couple of markets of the equity series here, and let's start off with the Dow. Okay, just looking not Dow, sorry, the S&P, and then we'll follow with the Dow. Okay, all right. So let's go ahead and turn off our ADR and ASR levels here. We can see that price, similar to the Nasdaq, is developing a rather strong bullish candle here, kind of in the middle of kind of nowhere here, kind of in the middle of the range. I do see that we have a little bit of a swing here. I'm able to draw a little bit of set of parallel lines here. Okay, so this kind of indicates to me that maybe that we are in a slightly bearish channel before we make our next leg higher. Okay, all right. Moving on to the 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart, we have our bullish engulfing candle that was made here at the start of the trading day. We see that price is now above our anchor VWAP, not anchored, but our daily VWAP, and sloping to the upside. Okay, key level to keep an eye on to see if we're able to get above is this 6100 level. I'm going to go ahead and mark that red because I see that level as an area of resistance. Okay, I see the potential of price failing once we get to that level. Now, assuming that we do get above it, okay, we do manage to get above it, then 6100 would be a logical level for some support here. All right, moving on to the 30-minute chart. Okay, 30-minute chart. This is where we start to do some analysis here on a fixed range volume profile. I'm going to go ahead and locate the start of Friday and take that across to. So again, similar to what we were seeing in the NASDAQ, you can see that price is above our value area high. Okay. Again, offering us maybe a reference level to support maybe a long trade idea, right? What we don't want to see, obviously, is prefer price to close below or inside value, right? But this could be a logical reference level, maybe for a continuation trade to the upside. Okay. Now, where could price go? Well, we can go ahead and open up our average daily ranges here. We have, I think, average session range here. So here's our average session range. We have 1693.75 as a logical location for price to move up to. We have structure here of around 6110. That could also provide us a logical location for price as a target, right? These are kind of supply zones, supply areas that we can use as targets for trades. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm seeing. I think as long as price stays above this value area high, I guess I am of the opinion here that will remain bullish. If price begins to close inside, then I would say that maybe there's a potential that we get a full rotation of value, okay, down to 60.50, okay, before we see any sort of significant reversal or continuation of price to the upside. Okay. All right. So that's kind of what I have. We're going to go ahead and add our price levels here that I'm going to be tracking in this market. Okay. Here we are. All right. So bring this across. Okay, these are our levels that I'm tracking. Average session range, I'm going to go ahead and add here is 60, 42, 25. 60, 42, 25. That's our average. Let's see, that this was probably our average daily range. Daily. And this is our average session. Okay. So that's kind of, these are the levels that I'm tracking in this market. I would say that right now, the market, while it does appear bullish, it's being challenged. Okay. Do not want to see price get back inside value. That could change my opinion for maybe a rotation of price through value. Okay. All right. Let's take a look at the last market here. Okay. And that is the last equity market that we're going to review, and that is the Dow. Okay. All right. So we're going to go ahead and remove some of our drawings here. We're going to take a look at the daily quickly here. And we still have about 7 minutes or so before the start of the market. Okay, so similar kind of thing. I do see a little bit of a double top kind of formation here on the daily in the Dow. Okay, we see the similar kind of bullish candle. Okay, kind of really maybe around this area here, this area of prior resistance. Maybe that's the reference that it's using here. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and make that somewhat supportive here. Okay, so yeah, we have a little bit of a double top here. We have a developing bullish candle in an otherwise kind of bullish kind of structure here. Okay, we've been kind of ranging of late. Okay, ranging price has been in a range of late. How do I know we're in a range? Well, I know we're in a range because I see a lot of overlapping candles. And in addition, okay, I can contain price in a box, right? If I can contain price in a box, then that's also another indication that I'm in a range, right? If I can't contain price in the box, then you see I can't contain price in the box. I'm in a trend, okay? This is in a box, all right? This is a little bit of a range, okay? Moving on to the 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart, okay, again, similar kind of range. We're starting to see maybe a reaction away from my EMA level here. Price is above VWAP. I would say that 45,000 in this market, in order to really kind of sustain a move, we probably need to get above that level. Okay, 45,000. All right, this is my kind of channel that I'm drawing here. Okay, so 45,000 seems to be the logical level that I need to see price get above in order for me to really embrace the longs here. Okay. Otherwise, I feel like we're just in kind of rangy kind of price action. All right. So I'm just going to make that kind of a resistance area. All right. Moving on to the 30-minute chart. Again, I don't have levels necessarily tracking this market here. So we're going to go ahead and remove some of my drawings here just to make it clear. Okay. So we have our average session range that is coming into play here. Price is coming in from the bottom, okay, of our EMA level, which could offer us maybe an opportunity for a downside move, okay. The fact that we're coming in from the bottom also are at the top end of the ASR range, that could also offer us an opportunity for maybe a reversal lower in price in this market, okay. So let's see, we have average daily range, session range. I'm going to go ahead and open up my fixed range volume profile here. I'm going to locate the 630 candle here, 930 candle, drag that across to a close here. So okay, so again, Dow not quite as strong as some of these other markets that we've been seeing. Price has yet to get above value area high. I say yet, okay, has yet to get above value area. So that is also kind of a interesting correlated. I mean, Dow obviously a bit of a correlated market here. Really to embrace a long here back to the highs of Friday, we really need to get above this value area high. Okay. So we really need to get above 44,700. Okay. Now the question is, are we going to get above 44,700 before we come down to VWAP? Okay. That's kind of the open question that I have for myself. Okay. So in any case, I'm not really interested in taking a long right up against average session range high. Okay. So if I'm going to entertain a long, then I'd like to see price get above this average session range, maybe use the top of average session range, 44,700 as an area to retrace to, and then we see an extension to the upside. Otherwise, we open ourselves to the possibility of price failing at these levels. Okay, maybe coming down to VWAP, maybe making a full rotation down to the other end of value here. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm seeing. Again, the Dow is not a market I track some levels, but you have some levels here at 44,698 is the average session range high. We have also 44,709 as our value area high. And then we have our VWAP, which is also an important level. So I'm going to be patient. I'm going to wait for this market to establish an initial balance range before I decide to take on anything. It does look rather bullish, but I have to be concerned with the fact that it's already kind of exceeded the average session range for London here, and we'll get a new range for U.S. established here that could take us back up to to some of these levels above us. This would be kind of the logical area where we could see some significant sellers maybe potentially stepping into this market. Okay, right around this level here. That would be the more of a definitive area and not just based on what we're seeing here on the left hand side of the chart. Okay. All right, guys. So that's pretty much what I have as our pre-market session here. It looks like the gold is still very much in a bullish kind of view. Okay, might be a bit on the extended side. Okay, so that could offer us maybe a little bit of a pullback. Crude oil seems to be changing a little bit of character from bearish to bullish. And I would say that across the board, maybe Dow to a lesser degree, it appears that our equities are at least for now a bit bullish. Okay, the Dow maybe being the exception there, just because of the fact that it has not exceeded value as of yet. Okay. All right. With that, guys, we're going to go ahead and close the session. Okay, so don't be shy with your likes. Let folks know how this analysis has supported your preparation for the markets ahead. And as we close every session, guys, trade well, trade safe, trade like a pro, be a market trader. Have an excellent day trading, guys, and we'll talk soon.